Hey, what's going on, guys? BotMentality here with another Bitcoin chart analysis for you today. And today is April 22nd of 2018. And let's go ahead and jump into this. We've got some exciting things to talk about. So first, regarding the market sentiment, we've been seeing many bullish threads everywhere. You know, Reddit, 4chan, everywhere, every website. Everybody's bullish. We've been seeing numerous CNBC articles, which has been great. That's definitely been assisting with fueling this push right here on this bounce off the double bottom. And also, one thing I'd like to notice is the lows are consistently bought up. We've been seeing a tighter range, which is also good news. So for right now, we're still bullish, guys. We're still continuing bullish. This has been reflected also in the multi-day bullish volume, which we'll definitely talk about here today. But that's really what I'm feeling from the markets right now is people are looking up. People are looking up, and that's always welcome because, you know, the more people who are buying, the more opportunities we have on both sides, the long and the short. So let's go ahead and jump into this here on the 1 hour, and I'll show you what I'm looking at right now and what I see going on. So first off, as far as the review, you know, we did have this nice ramp up from here at the 8,500 area. We saw that huge green candle there on the 20th, shot up. We had a nice rounded bottom there that led to a push up over 9,000 right here, which set our, you know, in our ABCD pattern we always look for, that set the A right there. And then you saw this nice pullback we had here where the shorts had the opportunity to enter off that long wick. That long wick was the signal there into a major resistance level of 9,000 after a long bull run. That was your short entry right there. So congratulations to everybody who took that scalp. And we saw a nice pullback from 9,000 all the way down here, guys, to a low of 8,610, which is a level I'm definitely talking about. And that's our low. That's our B that we'd set regarding the ABCD pattern. I uploaded that video yesterday. So I'm just kind of calling this out to you guys so you know what to look for. So there you go. We had that nice pullback. Now, one thing I want to say, the signal that we were going to continue upwards and that you know convinced me to take my long was that we had these wicks right here where we saw the price action bought up immediately when we got close to the 8,620 level, which I you know, called out live on Twitter saying, you know, that was our next support. Keep an eye on it. And sure enough, we got bought right up into that level. I took a small long in here and then wasn't able to stay up to watch it. And I didn't want to hold it over while I was sleeping. So I ended up selling out somewhere in this area for just small profits, guys. It was nothing really to talk about. But I waited on the re-entry. I waited on the re-entry and I looked for a continuation of pattern. One thing I did say on my Twitter was, you know, I was posting last night was saying, hey, guys, sometimes you need to wait for more data to develop. You know, if all you see on the right side of the chart, if all you see is this right here, you need to wait for more data to develop. You don't want to chase. If you miss your entry down here on the support there at 8,620, you want to wait for more the chart to develop some more so you can adjust your strategy and adjust your trade plan for this setup. So you got to wait for more data. And that's exactly what I did. I sold that immediate long on the bounce play as my average wasn't too great, and I waited for more data. And that's what we got here, guys. We got some more data forming. So the trade I did take as I left the house actually was gone for a couple hours. I didn't have my, you know, my trading setup to go off of. So one of the trades I took was I saw that we had the 9,000 resistance, okay, and the lows were consistently being bought up. So essentially what I did is I looked at this line, and I drew this out on my Twitter, you know, before I even took the trade. So this is what I was looking at, okay? I was looking at that with those higher lows there, with the horizontal resistance here, you know, of course at 9,000. I'll just put it right on 9,000, okay? Now that's what I was looking at. So based on this, I was like, okay, all these lows have been being bought up so far, and then we had this nice long wick here on the 21st to indicate that the buyers have moved up from the lower, you know, 8,400 level all the way up to the 8,620, and that's what we're looking at. So based on that, I did take a long position. And unfortunately, I market ordered. I would have made a lot more money. But I got in here at 8,801, which is right in this area right here. And I did call that out. I did call that out on my Twitter as when I entered. And that was it. So right there. So immediately, you know, only a couple hours after I left, we saw this huge rip. But I wasn't watching it at that time. I was driving. And we saw this huge rip, which I definitely would have sold into if I saw it. When I saw that, you know, we had the wick pull back right here, and we didn't quite get over that high, but I didn't sell there, and I saw it come back down here, but we held this trend line. So based on those higher lows, I held that trade, and I ended up selling up here in the $8,908. And the reason why I sold was because I saw this high right here, and I'll back it down to the 30 minutes so you can see a lot better. The reason why I sold was because again, I was trading from my phone. So I only checked every couple, 30 minutes. But I saw this push towards the high here, pull back, and then we tested again. And it was technically a lower high on those two highs. So I ended up selling there via limit order. So I saved myself paying more in commissions there. And I scooped out 276 bucks, which is pretty nice for, for a phone trade. It was pretty sweet. So it's just little gains like this, guys. They do add up. So that was a trade I took there. And now regarding the price action, we're seeing this ascending triangle forming, okay? So this wedge of price action, I expect this to break within the next, hour or two. Maybe it might be 3 hours. It depends. We do have some room, as you see over here. We do have some more room to go. But I just, based on how many times we tested this and how we sort of increased our angle, I'll kind of show you what I'm talking about. Because we increased our angle from right here up, I think we're going to break sooner. We're going to come to a conclusion whether we reject off 9,000 and pull back or continue upwards. So if you're looking to get long, I'd watch that bottom line. But I wouldn't really enter right here. It's kind of hard because we're so far off that trend line. If we dropped back down here, that could be a negative signal, especially if we broke. Just something to keep in mind. That's the resistance. The resistance I'm watching is 9,000. The support is that diagonal trend line right there. And so that's what I'm keeping an eye on. So regarding the volume, I spoke about in my text analysis. I'd show you guys this. My text analysis I upload on my subreddit was that we saw a decrease in the volume on average. I can kind of show you right here. You can kind of see, you can even see it with that yellow line that we had right there. We see a decrease. You see how that yellow line slopes down on the volume? So when the volume fades off like that, it's when we really tend to come to a head. That's how I know this is probably going to break either direction here within an hour or two, because of the fact that the volume has died off so much. And that's what tends to happen in these situations. One thing I want to point out to you is look at the RSI. Yes, we're at 65 on the, and pull back to the hourly RSI right here. So yeah, we're at 66 here on the hourly RSI, but what you'll notice is we've been making higher lows right here. We've been making higher lows on the RSI. That has been confirming this bullish action we've been seeing. And see, we're at 8,965. Wouldn't it be cool if we saw the break here on the video? But so we've been confirming that on the RSI. I don't consider that low bearish divergence, that lower high right there. We have been curling up, and I think that's pretty positive. We just have to wait to see how this trend line plays out. But I'm definitely not chasing this move unless, maybe a scalp on the bull break. But really not too interested. I had a good trade so far, and I'm looking forward to seeing where we establish this next support. So let's see here, and that's pretty much what I'm seeing right now on the 1 hour. And one thing I want to talk about here is regarding the RSI. Yes, the RSI is over 60 and it's overbought, but what you need to understand is that so let me draw a line here at the 60, okay? So for the past, since the 19th, so the past 4 days, essentially, since the 18th, we have been hovering over or around 58 RSI. What that means is before the 60 RSI was very overbought. But that was because we were in a downtrend. But now because we're heading in an uptrend, the sort of ceiling has moved up and the floor moved up with it. So right now, 60 RSI, I would say anything over 70, 75 would be overbought. And anything below 55 or 50 would be considered oversold. Just because we're seeing this extreme bullish action, the prices are obviously going to be more inflated, so the ceiling and the floor would move up with that. And so keep that in mind when we look at the daily chart as well. Moving over here onto the daily, what we're seeing right now is we've seen, look at these guys, look at this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bullish days in a row. Look at the volume, 1, 2, 3, 4, and today would be the 5th day of bullish volume if we do break over this and continue up and close high. So we're seeing a lot of bullish volume here, guys. Be careful with buying this. Make sure you respect your stops. You definitely don't want to be chasing this up too much unless you have that trade planned out. Look, we're at 8,973. It looks like we're going to get a break here. I'm recording the video right now, so I'm not going to go ahead and mark it in on that. But we'll just watch it happen. So it looks like we're going up here to test that trend line. This bullish volume is definitely a great sign. Look at the RSI trending upwards there as well. Overall, this is looking really good, guys. As far as a break here above 9,000, the next resistance we have to look for is 9,150. Above that, we have the 9,500 area. Then, of course, right here up at 9,878, where we'd see the 10,000 test. So it looks like we're getting going here to break over 9,000. How exciting, guys! How exciting! I enjoy watching it. You don't always have to make $1 off every single trade. But it's always neat to watch the price action there that we have going on right now. Just make sure, guys, make sure you stay safe. Make sure you respect your stops. Make sure you don't FOMO into this right now. Wait till we establish more data and we establish a new low and we establish the channel that we might see. Go read my text analysis. I went into detail on some different things there on my subreddit. Follow me on Twitter. If you have any questions, tweet me. I'll definitely get back to you as soon as I can. And hey, check out my Instagram, because what I'm trying to do is really build a positive environment there, and to kind of put some motivational quotes and stuff that I follow everyday trading, and just kind of show you a little bit about my, my everyday today. So that's really it, guys. Definitely, subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave comments if you have any questions. Again, my name is BotMentality. Guys, stay focused, work on developing your trading mentality, your bot mentality, learn to eliminate your emotions. And I'm getting out of here, guys, on this break over 9,000. Have a great rest of your day. Deuces.